Hello! Today we are making spaghetti with meat sauce. Alright. So first we're gonna cut up an onion and a couple cloves of garlic. So this onion was pretty big, so I'm gonna go ahead and just use half of it, and I'll save the half for something else. Now let's go with our garlic. Alright, we got our onions and our garlic all chopped up. Let's clean up a little bit. So this recipe is great because it's super easy, super simple for people who don't feel like they know how to cook or they don't want to cook and they just want to put a couple things together just to at least have a good meal. This is what you're gonna use. So this was the only cooking chefy part, was chopping these guys. The rest is just putting things into a pan. So today we're gonna be using regular spaghetti, but whatever noodles you want to use is great. Meat of choice today will be our impossible meat, but again you can use regular ground meat, ground sausage, ground chicken, ground turkey, whatever you're feeling. Mushrooms works too, that works too. And then for our sauce of choice, I like Prego chunky. You can make your own tomato sauce from scratch, but again, I'm lazy. Sometimes I don't want to go through all that trouble, so Prego is a friend. We got our big pan here, so we're gonna go ahead and turn that on. We're gonna put some extra virgin olive oil on the bottom, just to coat. Alright, let's go with our onions. Let that get a little soft in our oil. To help the process of onion getting soft, add a little bit of salt to help draw out that moisture. I'm gonna put in some black pepper just for flavor. I like to flavor every layer as we go, a little bit here, a little bit there. I'm also gonna throw in some crushed red pepper flakes for some heat. This is also gonna allow the flakes to kind of release oils with the onions. Stir that around. The onions, give it a few minutes. When it gets nice and soft, we'll move on after that. Think our water is boiling? Yes. Careful, steam's hot, y'all. Whenever we cook pasta, you want to salt your water. We're going to go ahead and we'll just do half a box of spaghetti for today. Drop it right into your water and just cook according to the box. So this guy is going to take 10 to 11 minutes for al dente. Be sure to stir occasionally, y'all. Alright, our onions have gotten a little bit of color on them, a little soft. I'll go ahead and throw in my garlic. Stir that around. Give it about a minute. Garlic browns and burns very easily, so only like 30 seconds to a minute for your garlic. And while that's popping on there, lower my heat. Open up our meat. Aha! Wicka wicka wah, that's right. Okay, make sure nothing burns. Gonna throw in our meat right away into our onions and garlic. Right away, I'm gonna start breaking up the meat. Don't be afraid, get in there. Break it up. Like you're breaking up a fight. Break it up, break it up. No, don't get into fights, guys. So using our spatula, we're really breaking up the meat into little bites. Break it up, and as you're breaking it up, make sure you're stirring around, allowing each part to get all brown. Mix it into our onions and garlic. Right now, I'm gonna add a few things into here to zhuzh up Got some garlic powder. Plop that in. Take some onion powder. Just plop that in. And take some just Italian seasoning just to amp up the flavor. A little bit of that. A little bit of oregano. And again, all these spices, not even necessary. As long as you have a good pasta sauce, you don't really need all these extra spices. I'm just being a little fancy now. And we want to get that meat to get a little brown, which is nice. Make sure nothing's burning. If it's too hot, you can always turn down your heat, of course. But you do want to get some browning on there. If you go too low, you won't get that browning that you want. So this is extra, this is fun. I like to add some red wine, whatever you got. Rule of thumb is if you want to drink it, then you want to cook with it. So we'll just add a good amount. And what we want to do is allow it to simmer. You see all that steam coming out? We want it to reduce, cook out some of that alcohol. We want the flavor of the red wine, but not necessarily all of the alcohol. It's been a couple of minutes. We've let the wine and alcohol kind of cook off a little bit. It's really changed the meat into a nice kind of burgundy color, which is nice. Now's a good time to add our sauce. For jars, I like to pop it a little bit on the surface to get her loose. Then, boom, easy. Pop that right into our meat mixture. Stir that around. Now I'm going to turn the heat down to about a medium. I don't want the pasta sauce popping off everywhere, because she will. She will pop off. Give it a stir, allow her to simmer. A couple minutes, stirring occasionally. A few minutes for our sauce. Now's a good time to taste and see if you need to add any more seasonings. I'm gonna go with some more black pepper. Just a little bit of salt. I like a little more spicy, so I'm gonna add some more crushed red pepper. Just right in there. Stir that around. So two steps you can do, or two things you can do. If you're eating pasta right away, I suggest tossing your spaghetti or your pasta noodles into your sauce right away. Then you can serve and eat. Now if you're saving it for the next day, I would say keep your noodles and your sauce separate in different containers while in your fridge. That way your noodles don't get all soggy and weird when you're reheating it the next day or whatever. But we're eating it now. Grab our noodles, plop it right into our sauce. Grab some tongs and just mix up your spaghetti. I'm gonna go ahead and kill the heat. She's ready. To pair with our spaghetti, simple mixed green salad. And here we have our spaghetti with meat sauce and a simple side salad. Thanks for joining us. Now get out of my kitchen.